New National looks to lure younger viewers with depth, analysis, more anchors. When the new version of The National premieres on Monday, Canadians will see a retooled program that has changed in two significant ways. The show will feature a team of anchors presenting fewer, but longer, stories that have been beefed up with more in-depth analysis. The changes signify a challenge CBC's flagship TV newscast and other nightly news broadcasters face, keeping and broadening their audience, particularly among younger news consumers, as they increasingly turn to new digital platforms to get their information. It is extremely difficult to win over new viewers within an existing platform, let alone an existing program, said Tom Rosenstiel, executive director of the Virginia-based American Press Institute. It is just not entirely clear whether a TV show, an evening TV show or broadcast is going to win over younger audiences, period. I honestly don't know if there will ever be a central gathering place for news anymore. With any major change come potential risks, including alienating the core audience, Rosenstiel said. You also have the risk that it will bomb. It won't work. You'll somehow lose the authority that you once had because whatever you dreamed up was missing something. And according to Alfred Hermida, director of the University of British Columbia's Graduate School of Journalism, CBC may not have done enough soul-searching. The network failed, he said, to ask the important question of whether Canadians still need a television news show at a particular time in the evening. Viewers will see an updated set, complete with more screens, more visuals and an up-tempo theme, when The National relaunches on Monday. Evan Matusi, CBC News. The National is a very well-established product and brand that young people are not watching, he said. How do we get them to do it? But network executives believe The National is still relevant, that it continues to have a loyal television audience and can grow. Which is why, they say, with the relaunch, it will become more like a brand, with national branded stories published and airing throughout the day, on News Network and online. The show plans to beef up its digital presence with more online written content, podcasts and the introduction of a daily digital newsletter written by Jonathan Gatehouse, a former senior correspondent for Maclean's magazine. If, for example, the newsletter is your only touchpoint with The National, that's okay, said Michael Gruzik, CBC News' senior director of content experience. We know people aren't all watching and coalescing around a TV set at the end of the day. The National's expansion in digital follows similar moves by other traditional outlets. CNN, for example, recently launched a daily news show on Snapchat called The Update, following in the footsteps of NBC's own Snapchat show Stay Tuned. CNN is also behind Beam, a daily YouTube news show. BuzzFeed has launched its popular M2DM Live show on Twitter. Meanwhile, shows such as Vice News Tonight, which feature no anchors but a lot of graphics to transition between segments, claim to have attracted viewers who never watch nightly news broadcasts. The show focuses not so much on the headlines of the day but on how those stories affect people in different communities. We decided to launch this show to see if it was possible to attract an audience that isn't really into traditional nightly news, said Ariel Duhaime-Ross, a reporter for Vice News Tonight. This is an experiment in many ways. We're a little bit more dressed down. We look like people who are on the street, and I think, for me, as a woman of color who's gender non-conforming, having a person like me on TV or having other young individuals who look like a person that you would see on the street is beneficial. As for the new National, viewers will see an updated set, complete with more screens, more visuals and an up-tempo theme. The set also includes a retro corner featuring classic radios and televisions, along with other historic news paraphernalia, such as the glasses of former National host Knowlton Nash. The new National's nod to the PAST 109, but the most profound change will be the introduction of 4 hosts, broadcasting from 3 cities. Adrian Arsenault and Ian Hannamansing, both based in Toronto, Rosemary Barton in Ottawa and Andrew Chang in Vancouver, will now be charged with taking viewers through the major stories of the day. The new anchors will either